I get started, two things. BBC वाला Sherlock अपने दिमाग से निकाल दो. Benedict Cumberbatch did a god of the adaptation of that show. It does not do justice to Sherlock Holmes. Okay, first thing. And second thing, how many of you have read Holmes? Yes, you've read? तुमने पढ़ा? So I was in love with Sherlock Holmes since 6th grade, okay, 5th or 6th grade, and उसके वो ये आ गए थे. Because the language is complicated, तो उसका simplified version आता था with pictures, so I used to read that. And पहला the first one that I read was Silver Blaze, which is from the memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. So I fell in love with the concept, right? I loved Sherlock Holmes for one reason. That was the same reason that Agatha Christie sometimes gets a little too much for me, which is Sherlock Holmes is more hard-boiled, you know, deductions, investigations, physical evidence examination, logic, right? He plays along those lines, so I like that because I was into mathematics and stuff. And you know, one day me and my uncle were having a conversation. I told him the reason I like Sherlock Holmes is because it's all logical. There's no element of supernatural in there. And you've not read Prince of the Baskervilles, you want to try that. So I was in 7th grade, right? And उनके पास वो मराठी कॉपी था, so I picked it up, started reading it. And in the beginning, the first few chapters, it's like any Sherlock Holmes mystery, right? It's any quintessential Sherlock Holmes mystery. And I was loving that. But then you start to realize that Sherlock Holmes is not there for half the story, right? And the way it is portrayed, what the author does, he takes you and he puts you in a situation where anybody would be petrified. Alright, imagine you are in an isolated mansion, alright, there's like maybe 6 people living within a mile, okay, and there's fields, there's mines, there's places you can sing, there's a serial killer on the loose, and there is a force that has come to haunt you, alright. What I just described, it's a lot worse than that, okay. So he takes Henry Baskerville, he takes Dr. Watson, he puts them in that mansion, right? And there's like 3 or 4 other people, and you know what is going to happen, right? ये genre जो हमने decide किया है, sinister suspense. तो Sherlock Holmes doesn't fall in the category of suspense typically. वो mystery में आता है, right? What's the difference? Mystery में it is who did it, right? And why did they do it? And suspense में it is more like how did they do it? So Hounds of Baskerville, you know what is going to happen, right? It sets up a very interesting mythological precedent. कि ऐसा कुछ हुआ है और ऐसा वापस हो सकता है. There is a myth, right? And it's like a domino effect, and the first domino has fallen. And you know it has only one outcome, and that outcome is not very good, right? And the dominoes keep falling, and you can only hope that before the last domino falls that somewhere Holmes intervenes and then, you know, they solve the case. But it doesn't happen. I mean, it feels like it's getting worse and worse and worse, and the कोई भी horror genre है ना, that book scared me more than any horror movie did. Because horror movie में they show you the ghost, right? And once you see the ghost, उसका hype कम हो जाता है, right? Once you see the evil, उसका hype कम हो जाता है. Hounds में it's like there is a concept called unseen evil. What is unseen evil? Unseen evil is the shadow that you see over your shoulder, and then you look behind and there's no one there. Unseen evil is while you are walking down the road and you suddenly feel a shiver up your spine for no particular reason. That is unseen evil. That unseen evil is when you suddenly feel uneasy sitting in a taxi. There's no reason, but you feel uneasy. That is what Arthur Conan Doyle plays at. So, you know, he plays the aspect between the natural and the supernatural. And if there was ever a book that defined the boundary between these two, it would be Hounds. Because it was done before Agatha Christie, it was way ahead of its time. And वो जो Hound है उसका hype इतना ज़्यादा क्रिएट होता है, कुत्ता है. It's a dog. It's not a crocodile or a snake or some other scary animal. It's a dog. और उसको इतने ferocity से describe किया है कि उसका hype इतना हो जाता है. And then you wonder if the creature is actually going to live up to the hype, right? When it finally happens. It supersedes that. So I would recommend everyone to read this, alright? Because it is the quintessential Sherlock Holmes plus the psychological aspect that you rarely see in any of these cases. So it is really the perfect mystery, according to me, the perfect suspense. And it is a perfect play on, you know, literary stories. So I would recommend it. Highly recommend it. That's all.
सब में वो पढ़ी है या कुछ लोग अभी स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं. कभी सोचा है लिखने का? कभी तो थॉट आया लिखने का? आया नहीं. आज एक थोड़ा चांस देंगे, एक गेम खेलेंगे छोटा सा, ठीक है? रूल्स तुमको एक्सप्लेन कर देंगे, बट तुम लोग को क्विक होना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? तो
No idea where I was.
पहले से ही डिस्कस करना। हाँ पहले डिस्कस
Very dark, and there was. It was a dark room and banging noise were coming from outside. It was a dark room and banging noise was coming from outside. Okay. Please second. Footsteps.
The rain splattered against the windows. The person was seen. The rain splattered against the windows and she heard footsteps. The rain splattered against the windows harshly and at that time she heard footsteps coming up the stairs.
Okay.
सुनाई नहीं दिया।
The rain staggered against the window and then she heard footsteps coming towards her.
So we have to continue.
Yes. Dhak dhak dhak. The door fell and she didn't know if she should open or she should just scream and fall off the hill. Good one.
She was confused that she should open the door or she should call out for help.
She was so struck with shock and terror that she hardly noticed the dead body in the room.
अरे जल्दी जल्दी
The dead body was getting turned into a zombie.
The dead body was getting turned into a zombie. But अरे यार it is not suspense यार suspense एक एग्जाम का थोड़ा और सोच लो सस्पेंस पे डाल सकते वो थ्रिलर हो जाएगा
थोड़ा जोर से
Thriller?
ठीक है वो रिपीट करने में and quickly tried to hide the body. Okay.
अरे बोल रहे हो उन लोग
She panicked and decided to hide the body. Suddenly it was okay, but it's suspense.
So suddenly the police arrived and she found herself with a sharp object like a weapon, knife, a bloody knife.
The police has arrived and all of a sudden she noticed that she has a knife in her hand.
A sudden instinct arose inside her, which made her throw the knife at the constable, killing him instantly.
She suddenly, out of instinct, took the knife and killed the constable who arrived.
सोचो guys.
नेक्स्ट तुम्हारा थोड़ा सा
Kill the constable was. After killing the constable, she suddenly had another blackout and woke up in a jail cell.
She suddenly had a blackout after killing the constable and she now woke up in jail.
A happy couple, Nick and Amy Dunn. Morning of their 5th anniversary, Amy goes missing. So who knows, it might be their last one. The crime scene looks staged, so the cops say. Our prime suspect, it's Nick Dunn, as clear as day. Amy's gift to Nick every anniversary, a treasure hunt. There's one this year too. Will this be Nick's saving grace or Amy's plea for help? There's Amy's diary too, a window looking back at these 5 years. So what was their marriage like? Definitely not a happily ever after as it appears. So what is in the treasure hunt? And where the hell is Amy? Is she even alive? Or is she dead? If you want to be on the edge of a seat with something dark, mysterious and tense, then this is the book to be read.
I hope even you will find the reason. So, don't you please, everyone of has a reason why we read. It is mainly to escapism.
इमेजिनेशन बढ़ती है स्कूल में ये बताया कि बुक्स रीड करो इमेजिनेशन बढ़ती है बट वो मज़ा आता है वो वर्ल्ड में जीना उसको फील करना अच्छा लगता है वो भी
So first of all, I like during travel, and the second is the imagine करके उसमें जीना, like feeling the what the character is trying to do.
Enjoy the soundtrack of my
Give an example.
Yeah.